Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic.
You know what really sucks?
Clearly something.
It really sucks when you find a product or service that you truly see value in, that you enjoy, that you feel does what it's advertised to do. Like I'm talking about, it's not a ripoff. It is the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And you want to partake in that activity, that service, or that product. You want to partake in that.
But for some reason, your morals and ethics just won't let you.
Yeah, because the company itself is so disorganized that they cause you more stress than their service relieves.
So, long story short, we found this monthly membership place. Are we going to tell the people what they do?
Sure, it's assisted stretching.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say.
So, it's fantastic. They bend, fold, spindle, and mutilate you. It's better than being at a chiropractor. We've had it, since August? July?
Since like June or July, yeah.
Okay. So, a lot of time.
I think
Like half
we
a
went
year.
we went for the demo in June and we started going for the actual things in July. And I think our very first one was right after our summit. So, yeah, July.
Anyway, so we've been going.
So quite a while.
Like weekly.
Yeah.
And it's done really good things for like back and shoulders, flexibility, all the things.
Yeah.
It's been doing real good stuff.
Yep.
So anyway.
Definitely reintroduced to me the importance of stretching.
I have nothing but good things to say about them until this shit happened that was so frustrating and saddening and maddening.
So if you're a regular listener, you'll remember this. And if you're not a regular listener, go back a few to see where it says Mike was scammed. But Mike was scammed. And, Mike, it's kind of funny because Mike has had thousands of interactions with scammers. And never once has Mike been fooled.
Until
but that's
this
because Mike has always been alert and sharp and trusted his gut. Anytime I'm alert and sharp, I will trust my gut fully. This was the time that I was fast asleep, get a call, and it's supposedly the electric company telling me they're going to turn off our electricity in 30 minutes if I don't pay this past due balance. And I was like, I have a payment arrangement to split that into 2 payments. No, I don't see that here. And she talked me into giving her my credit card number, and then she said, you're going to get a code. Give me the code. And I fucking gave her the code.
Because you were
and
not
then immediately went, oh my God, this is a scam. And ran over here, logged in, and saw that no payment had gone through. And so then Torya says, what did Torya say?
Turn the card off.
Lock it. She's like, lock the card, lock it. I locked the damn card, right?
You were not smart. You were not sharp. And you definitely did not trust your gut. Did none of the things
I was
you needed
asleep.
To do.
I was asleep.
So needless to say, that card
got turned off.
I have since cut it into like 73.
And that was the card that said company had on file. So first incident, we go, we're on site. And they were I got to say, their customer service, they handled it so perfectly. So perfectly. They let us do our thing. When our thing was done and we were going to book the next one, they were like, well, I just need to let you know that your payment didn't go through. And we were like, oh, that's right. You're on the other card that we had to turn off. Ha ha ha. You know, and then we're like, here's the new card.
Right.
Boom. Instantly charged
Yeah,
for both of us.
like on
Done.
the way home.
Like right away, charged. Okay. So comes around,
A
and
month later.
about a month later, you figured out that yours was wrong.
Yeah, because one day later they had sent me to their collections department.
Yeah, so you did
and were
something.
charging me a $15
Yeah,
late fee.
So you did something and got that taken care of. And then it came up to me. And I'm like, none of this makes any sense, right? None of the whole why do they keep not having it saved? So I talk to a person on the phone and I'm like, look, I did this in the store twice now, and they didn't clearly save the payment both times. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Sometimes they forget to hit that last key. Our software is kind of complicated, but I know how to do it. I will take care of it for you, and you'll be able to check in the app that it's correct. And I do the thing, and I look. This is where it's partially on me. I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
Partially like 5% on.
Wow.
95% on them. And here's why. I put a lot of value into follow-up. I failed to follow up on this.
All right.
So he says, you can check in the app and you can see that the new card's in there and, blah, blah, blah. I go and I check and I go, well, no, it's not there yet. He goes, oh, well, it takes like, an hour or so to refresh the data. And sometimes it can be as much as 10 hours. So check it tomorrow and you'll see that the credit card's been changed.
And you didn't do the thing.
But your bill's paid, and I got a receipt saying the bill was paid, and it even showed the last 4 of the new card. I was like, yeah, homeboy got it right.
Homeboy didn't
Next
save
month,
card.
Next month,
We go to book a stretch.
I go to book a stretch, and I don't have any credits.
And you should have had 4 because they had canceled a stretch of yours. It was a double.
Yep. So there I was. What's going on here? So I text them, and they go, oh, well, your payment didn't go through. Well, what card did you try to charge? And they tell me, yeah, the old card.
Yeah.
Once again, complete failure. So that was it. I was done. I was like, that's it. I'm done. Not going in there anymore. I can't do it. I just can't, in good conscience, give my money to a place that can't. Well, I have to feel like they waste the money.
It's the audacity of trying to charge us a late fee the day after the card didn't go through. People's cards expire all the time.
Do you know how many times when we've switched to that card, there were a few services that we wanted to cancel, right? And when you'd try to cancel, they'd always be like, okay, well, we'll cancel you, and then they wouldn't cancel you.
Right.
Okay? So rather than F with that anymore, we just let them go. Do you know how many of them sent me like 50 emails? Hey, we're still trying. It's not working. I mean, they're still sending me emails. And they didn't charge me a late fee? So you're right. That's bullshit.
That put kind of a salty taste in my mouth.
Of course.
And then when they didn't save the card the next time and all that crap, I was like, nope. If he's not going, I'm not going. I'm done.
Well, it's the thing is, though, we need to look up good stretching videos on YouTube, and we need to take time once a week
this has been very
to help each other out, because it really has. It's helped sleep. It's helped with headaches. It's helped with everything. And
let's also not forget to mention we now have old people pillows. Well, no,
so,
I have a pregnancy pillow. You have an old man pillow.
Well,
it's perfect.
I have a wedge with a pregnancy pillow.
Yeah.
But the cool part about the wedge is there's a cutout where my arm can go through. So it's fucking brilliant.
You have an old man pillow. It's perfect.
It's called a Medcline pillow.
Yeah. And I have a snoogle.
It's just the greatest. We're turning into 85-year-old couple, 85-year-old married couple.
It's
pretty
perfect.
soon we'll be in 2 double beds, each one in our own bed.
Who would the dogs sleep with? They would freaking
me,
alternate.
of course. Me, of course. They wouldn't sleep with you. You move too much.
Not with that snoogle, I won't. P.S. My snoogle arrived today, in case anybody wondered.
Yeah, well, in all reality, nobody cares.
This is true. This is very...
All they care is that you sleep well. You know why? Because when you don't sleep well, you're a grumpy Torya. And when you're a grumpy Torya, you make me a grumpy Mike. And when I'm a grumpy Mike, I rant about everything and anything, and they don't like that. They like me to go on a rant once in a while.
Do you know that the exact opposite is also true? When you don't sleep well, then you turn into a really grumpy Mike, which makes me a really grumpy
Then I
Torya.
must always be grumpy.
Well, you've been sleeping well the last little while since we switched your pillow.
Yes, do you know, that is true. Since switching the pillow, I have had a very decent night's sleep every single night since the first night of sleeping on the pillow. The first night was what I would call a good night's sleep. The rest of them have been excellent night's sleeps.
P.S. We're not advertising these people. We're just really
I wish
excited
I
about our
was.
pillows.
I wish I was. You know, Medcline, if you want to sponsor the Nightly Rant, info@yogispodcastnetwork.com.
A more raving fan
Do
you will
it.
never have.
Do it, because we love you. I love you. And because I love you and I'm sleeping better, she is definitely going to love you. That's all I can say about that. So here's the thing though about like what's your problem with that situation?
I don't appreciate how it was handled, and that there was slightly sassy comments made at certain points about the whole thing from their side.
Sassy comments.
Like, some of the texts to you were kind of like, well, why are you such an idiot? Why don't you just update your card? Like, why are you making a big deal out of this?
You know, they're not the only company that I had trouble with. You know, we got this insurance company that we get our
No. It was the doorbell camera.
It was a doorbell camera. Yeah, it was a doorbell camera. We got this doorbell camera, and he looks like, I'm not going to say their name, but it looks like an animal from Australia that you would immediately think of when you think of an Australian. You'd think of this animal that people box. Okay? That's all I'm going to say, and that's the name of the camera. So, in any event, you know, if you figure out that it's called, yeah, whatever I just said, then great.
Sweet
But otherwise, you're never going to know
Jesus.
that it's called cameras. That's right. Anyway, the camera. Yep. Anyway,
He got it on a Black
it has
Friday
like
deal.
an annual fee that you pay. Otherwise, it's kind of outrageous, the monthly. So they give you the choice of giving them the cash up front, which I think for a business like what we're in this situation, I think it's great to get that cash flow up front. So give them a discount for giving it to you up front. Why not? They're still
This is
paying
hilarious.
they're still paying a lot of money. So you know, the card expires, and it happens to be, lo and behold, time to renew the damn thing, because I had gotten it like
Black
Black
Friday.
Friday of last year. So that's when I activated it and
Yeah, of
everything.
2020.
Yeah, of 2020. So it had been a year, and it's time, you know, just so happens it's time to renew, right? Don't think about it. They don't send you an email. Like, that's, I think companies that send you an email, hey man, in 3 days, we're going to be renewing your subscription. So if your card is a problem, go ahead and change it now. Or, you know, if you want to cancel, click cancel. I love places like that. But, you know, anyway, they don't even do this. And they're like, just click here to change your card. I click there, and I'm at the homepage. So I tell the guy, bro, like, I click this thing, and I'm at the homepage. I don't believe that. I record a screen video for him and send it to him, and he's like, I don't understand. I don't get it. But okay, here, I will change the card for you through our secured portal. And he's like, do you have access to the email address that's on file for this account? And I said, oh yeah, of course I do. And he goes, okay, great. You're going to get a code along with a URL to go to. Click the URL and enter the code. And then you can paste your little video link that you have so I can, you know, see this.
Right.
I do that. And he's like, oh, okay. If you put the card number in the secured portal, I'll change it for you. And I said, that's fine too, because, you know, it deletes right away. It's like Snapchat. I'm sure there's a copy stored somewhere, but it deletes right away. At least he can't immediately see it.
Right.
So he changes the card for me. He saves it. It says that it's going to charge us. Like, it gives us the pre-charge thing on the PayPal card.
Yep.
That it's going to charge us. And then it never completes the transaction. And then I get another email telling me if I don't pay soon that they're going to cancel us. So I call them and they're like, oh, well, here's the easiest thing to do. We'll just cancel your subscription and then you subscribe through the App Store. We make less money, but it costs you the same. But it'll be easier because then you can manage it through whatever cards you have on file with Apple. And I was like, okay, great. I like that. It's more secure anyway. You got to have my passport in order to get through that.
Yep.
Or in my case, my face, right? So go there. But the fact that it took me like 3 tries
Yeah, it
to
was not
pay
great.
for like a $40 subscription for the year.
And then
like Jiminy Crickets, man. What's the problem?
they switch you to the Apple subscription. Quote unquote, cancel the old one. We have an active subscription, and they still sent another reminder. We haven't been able to collect your payment.
Yeah. Only to them when I reply to that, tell me to ignore that. That was a mistake. Like, people have to think about their customer service. It's why we put in our business, it was my advice to our board, and the board agreed to put into place a process whereby we review the processes that we have in place and the connections that we have in place, etc.
Quarterly.
And that way, we're always staying, sure, we may F up a email campaign, like automation somewhere, but we'll find it.
Right.
If it's so close to the end of the quarter that we don't notice it right away, we will pick it up in the audit. Always, 100%. It's like it's the greatest thing, and it's how you stay on top of bullshit like that. So yeah. I love it. I love you guys. We're like at number
410.
We're past 410. We're like past 430 at this point. It's crazy how many episodes we've done. It's insane. So thank you for listening all that time. And
we appreciate you.
Just so you know, like, this will be out after the new year, but it was legitimately recorded prior to the new year. So like sometime around the February timeframe, we will start like having some, just informational segments about some of the products that we sell and services that we have.
Because if you like us, you probably like our stuff.
And we feel like if you like us, we'd probably like working with you. Well, that was good. Way to blow us up. Anyway.
On that super distracting note, good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye, stupid alarm.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.